Hello, second sim. How are you all? So today we are going to discuss about again Dr. Faustus, that is Act 3. Now we have only one sin in this act, that means Act 3, Sin 1. But I'm going to send you video into two parts so that it becomes very much clear to you. So what happens in Act 3? And the Act 3 we find at the very beginning the chorus. Now what the chorus says about Faustus, let's know it about. The chorus is saying that the learned Faustus ascended to the top of the Olympus mountain. That means he went to the top of the Olympus mountain. He climbed to that mountain top in order to discover the secrets of astronomy. Now see, he is very much thirsty to know about astronomy, which are inscribed in the high sky that may be regarded as God's book of knowledge. So he is having a thirst to know about astronomy. Now Faustus, he reached the mountain top seated in a chariot. So he was in a chariot that shone with a dazzling brightness and which was drawn by dragons. Just think how it is that he was driving a chariot, and the chariot, it was of dragons bearing the yoke of the chariot on their necks. There Faustus saw the clouds, the planets, the stars, the topic zones, each and everything, the quarters of the sky, ranging from the bright circle of the carved moon to the height of the spheres, known as the premium mobile. Now, what do you mean by premium mobile? Now, premium mobile was the name of the sphere which was believed to move and to communicate movements to all the other spheres. So that is called the premium mobile. Now the whole journey was completed in 8 days. He completed the journey in 8 days, at the end of which Faustus returned home. So he was a little tired and he returned home. But he did not stay long in his quiet home in order to give rest to his body after his tiresome journey. But he is having a thirst for knowledge, so he didn't want to give a type of rest to his body and to move on again, but felt compelled to go out again to experience new adventures. You see, adventure is not for every people. Adventure is for the adventurous. So Faustus was like that. So this time he rode upon the neck of a dragon. So he was riding in the neck of a dragon now. Before he was in a chariot. Now he left the chariot and he rode on the neck of a dragon. With his wings did part the thin and refined air. Now this time he went to study the science of the construction of the universe. Now he want to know how the universe was constructed. The science that relates to the meaning of the length of the coast and kingdom of the earth. So he want to know each and everything about astronomy. You see, as far as I can guess, you can say Faustus may first arrive at Rome. Now riding on the chariot, he first visit Rome to see the Pope. Now you know the Pope is a rank Pope and the functioning of the papal code. Now there was a feast was going on in Rome in one of the churches. So he will also participate in the feast to be held on St. Peter's Day. So St. Peter's Day is a festival of the Christian. It is usually been observed on June 29th. So he want to participate there. A feast which even in these times is regarded as highly secret. So it's a very secret feast for the Christians and held in accordance with the usual ceremonies. So roaming each and everywhere, he went to Rome and he wants to attend this feast, that is St. Peter's feast. So that was all about the chorus. Now Sin 1, that means Act 3, Sin 1. The set is in Rome. Enter Faustus and Mephistopheles. We all know Mephistopheles. So both of them, they enter on the scene. So Faustus says to Mephistopheles, "Having now, my good Mephistopheles, passed with delight the stately tower of Trier, environed round with eerie mountain tops, with walls of flint and deep entrance lakes, not to be won by any conquering prince, from Paris next, coasting the realm of France, we saw the river Maina fell into Rhine, whose banks are set with groves of fruitful vines, then up to Naples, rich Campania, whose buildings fair and gorgeous to the eye." So this has all been said by Faustus. Now, what is the meaning of these lines? He was saying to Mephistopheles. See, he's saying that, my good Mephistopheles, we have now passed the majestic town of Thebes, which were enjoyed seeing. This town is surrounded by hairy mountain tops. This particular town is surrounded by mountain tops, stone walls and deep moats, and it is therefore so well protected that no invading king can capture it, no matter what his record of conquest might be. So nobody has a capacity to conquer this place. Then we visited Paris. He's saying that then he visited Paris and from there traveled along the frontier of the kingdom of France. Then went to France. So they saw the river Maina pouring its water into the river Rhine, on the banks of which grew rich clusters of fruitful vines. So it was full of fruits out there. Then went to Naples or the rich city of Campania, whose streets, that means this particular city is highly lighted, you can say, streets run in straight lines and are paved with the finest bricks. Now this was made very, like, construction was very good of this particular city, and whose beautiful and splendid building divide the city into 4 equal parts. That means this particular city has been divided into 4 equal parts. In Naples, we saw the learned Virgil's golden tomb. There in he saw the Virgil's golden tomb, and the mile-long tunnel of Fossilopo, which Virgil cut through a rock of stone in only one night by his magic art. They say all about it. From there, we traveled to Venice, Padua, and other cities. So he was going one by one to other cities. Then in Venice, he's saying, we saw the splendid church. There in Venice, he saw the splendid church of Saint Mark's, which with this tower rising into the sky. That means it was high, seemed to be throwing a challenge at the stars. It is this manner that I have spent my time up to now. But tell me, to what resting place we have come now? As was moving and moving and moving, he came to a resting place now. Have you, in accordance with the order which I previously gave you, brought me into the city of Rome? So roaming here and there, ultimately he came to Rome.